Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Malicious Compliance. In today's episode. No, that is not a company spot, that is my spot. How I got a nice pen. School bus. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. No, that is not a company spot, that is my spot. When I started at my new company, we had used all assigned parking spots in the adjacent parking garage, and I was given a spot in a building a couple of blocks away. When I got in early one morning and had to be let in by security as the building was not yet unlocked, I talked with the security guard briefly, and this started a bit of a friendship. After a week or so, he asked why I always came through the front door instead of through the parking garage, and I explained my situation. He ended up giving me one of the extra spots that was assigned to the security staff. I was only allowed to park there Monday through Thursday as they needed the spot for cleaning crews on Friday. This spot is only about 20 feet from the pedestrian bridge to the building, so it is a pretty nice setup. We also have two company visitor spots in the same adjacent lot, however they are on the top floor, along with the rest of the spots assigned to our company, exposed to the sun, and require walking down 3 flights to get to the pedestrian bridge. We have had a senior engineer visiting from a different office for the last 2 weeks, parking in the visitor's spot. On Tuesday we went to our cars together, and he saw where I was parked. Well, when I got to work yesterday, he was already in my parking spot. I headed up to one of the visitor spots and let him know that he needed to move his vehicle out of my spot, or his car might be towed. We are right downtown and have many people who park in this garage without permission. He told me that it was fine, don't worry about it, it was a company parking spot, and that could just stay in the visitor's spot. I told him that I really did not think that was a good idea, and tried to explain, but he brushed me off. I followed up with an email letting him know that the spot was not leased by our company, but that I just had permission to park there until a spot opened in the garage. I parked in my assigned spot in the other parking garage. Bossman does not like non-visitors parking in the visitor's spot, so I was not about to stay there, and didn't worry about it, just like I was told. Well, come lunchtime, senior engineer comes storming back into the office. Apparently, security guards saw that the vehicle parked in my spot was not my shitty Civic, but rather a Tesla, and decided to have the vehicle towed. Not exactly sure what came of this, and I bet I will find out later today, but I am happy that I sent the CYA email as senior engineer outranks me by a considerable margin, and I do not need someone thinking that I left him high and dry out of spite. I should note that while we have spots assigned to our company, each vehicle gets assigned its own spot. Occasionally we will have people park in our assigned spots, and security will call our office to confirm if this is someone we are allowing to park there, or if this is someone parking improperly. So if it had been a company spot, senior engineer's assumption would have been correct. We got no such call, and security guard does not have my personal number. Update. Not the satisfying update I was hoping for at all. Apparently, senior engineer called and complained to building management. He explained the situation, and it turns out that security did not have the authority to allow me to park in this spot. Sounds like security guard got chewed out, and I am really hoping this did not impact his job. I lost my parking in the close garage. Bossman is not upset with me, which is the only good thing about this. Senior engineer was B***ching to anyone who would listen. He is such a victim. No idea who had to pay tow fees, but I am pretty confident that senior engineer did not. Update 2. I was able to speak with security guard on my way to lunch today. Apparently his boss did not chew him out, and I guess that was passed on to senior douchebag to appease him. Yes, security guard was told that he could not give out the spot, but that was it. He was quite surprised when I told him what I had heard. How I got a nice pen. long ago in a machine room far away. I ordered a physically large tape library. Think 4 racks. There was also a large computer to run it, not important. This was a backup server. Total size was probably 6 racks in the corner of our machine room. A week or two of work running differential SCSI, Ethernet, dealing with software config, testing, labeling tapes, inserting tapes, took a day just to put the tapes in. It went live. Everything was great. Then a coworker asked how the drive heads would be cleaned. Spent a day diving through software and manuals and the interface on the library. Okay, I can do it manually from the front panel of the library, or I could order a sheet of fancy labels and have the software do it. I am lazy. So I call the company we ordered the library from, pissed at myself, because it was embarrassing to miss something so small but so important. Get random salesperson on the phone. Me, hype a hashtag I forgot to order cleaning tape labels for this order, how much are they? SP, oh yeah, you didn't order any, we should have mentioned it when you ordered, but yes, the cost is $72. Me, cool, here is my personal CC, this great, it's under petty cash levels and I don't have to let corporate know. SP, okay, so 1 sheet of labels for the cleaning tapes. I will need a written signed purchase request. Me, I don't want to request it, I want to buy it. SP, I know, but I cannot do anything without a written signed purchase request. Me, email? SP, no, it has to be written. Me, why? SP, something big happened at a much higher level and we got told in no uncertain terms everything has to have a written signed purchase request on paper. Me, fax? Fax was already dead. SP, fax is acceptable. Me, handwritten in Sharpie under protest, okay? SP, yes. I then handwrote a letter that was something like this: is submitted under protest. This is a purchase request and a purchase order for 1 sheet of labels for cleaning tape for your library. I understand cost is $72, please call me back so you can take my personal CC so I can order this ASAP. I know I screwed up in forgetting to order the labels with the library, but this is ridiculous. I then signed it and faxed it. Me, did you get my fax? SP, yes, it's wonderful. I am going to push this up the ladder as far as possible. Me, okay, here is my CC, please get me those labels ASAP so I can go back to being lazy. SP, okay, bye. And I got my labels later that week. I also was never charged the $72. I personally thought it was over, but I got this nice package of very nice swag. Included in it was a very nice pen and notebook. I just used the pen and paper for writing notes about the library and computer. It matched the color scheme, winky face. 6 months later, engineers from the library company show up for preventative maintenance. I grab my notebook and pen in case I need to remember something. One of the engineers says something along the lines of, "Where did you get those? We normally don't give those out for such a small library." My response was something like, "I don't know why, maybe it was because of my fax that I submitted under protest to order labels for my cleaning tapes." Both engineers turn, look at me, and "IT was you? Oh man, that fax is legendary. It went up the chain and back down." We had an all-hands meeting because of it. And no, I do not know what happened at the all-hands meeting or what changes happened. That was their business and not mine. School bus. Back in 2009, I was a school bus driver. On part of my route, I had to drive down a big hill to a stop and then, of course, back up the hill to leave. This little neighborhood was one way in and one way out. The speed limit on this road was 25, and I typically did 20 because there were a lot of kids in this small area and a school bus does not stop on a dime. Well, I had one mom approach me and tell me she felt I was going too fast and asked me if I would slow down. While I typically did not follow parent requests and only orders from my boss, I felt I could slow down a little more since the road made me nervous with so many kids around. While I slow down to 15, and a few days later the same mom asks me if I could slow down just a little more, seeing she personally felt I was still going too fast. I told her I was already going 15 but would gladly comply. She lived to regret it, and in a couple of ways, laughing face. I let my boss know my intention of slowing down to 5, and explained the situation. He said he would support me if there were any phone calls about it. Over a few days, I slowed down to 5. So she approaches me on the 4th day and asks me why I am going so slow? She can't afford to wait as long as she has been because it has made her run late for work. I give her a big smile and say, well, you did ask me to slow down, twice, so I did. I personally feel a lot better doing 5 than I did 20 or 15, so thank you so much for asking me to slow down. Please, have a splendid day. Well, later that day I get a phone call from my boss. The mom called him complaining I was causing her to run late because of how slow I was going through this neighborhood. So he asked her to explain in detail, including her requests, and then he says, well ma'am, my driver really felt 25 was too fast, and when you requested twice she slowed down, it made her feel so much better to know a parent agreed that 25 is simply too fast. But then 20 and 15 were still not a comfort zone, and 5 is just perfect. We totally appreciate when parents give such lovely and helpful requests for the safety of children. She will probably continue going 5 for the foreseeable future. Is there anything else I can help you with? LOL. Not only was she late for work several days, she also got an earful of support for me from my boss, and he quieted her up. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.